Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia and I'm glad to welcome you all on the practical session where we are going to apply advanced sugar configuration technique to overcome business challenge. But firstly, let me say a couple words about us. We are working on sugar CRM projects more than 8 years and completed more than 150 CRM projects. And based on this experience, we find out the way how to apply configuration instead of custom development. And this is how Logic Builder configuration tool for Sugar was created. We are using Logic Builder internally for Sugar configuration in projects, and today I am sharing my experience with you. If you are interested what tasks were already showed, you may visit our site to take a look at previous webcasts related to variety business challenge addressed by Logic Builder and other our products as well. For example, on previous our webcast, practical webcast, it was dedicated also to quotes, and we found out the way how automatically apply discounts to the quotes. Today, we are going to work with quotes as well, but we are going to cover product packages. Means that several products from your product catalog may be bind in some package. Usually prices in this product package are lower than when someone buys these products by itself. So what we want to do today is when sales reps add product package to the quote, we want that each product from this package be included in this quote as well. So what we need to do for this? First of all, before this presentation, I've created several modules using Module Builder in Studio in Sugar. First of all, I created product package module, and then I created second custom module called named package items. Means in package item, I defined what product, quantity of this product in package, and also price for this product in package. And also one more thing that I've done through admin section, I added product package field into quote line item so that sales rep when he or she will be creating quote for customer, he would be able to select product package from the list. And what we are going to do next is when this product package will be added to the quote line item, each product related to product package must be included automatically to this quote as separate quote line items. And for this, to create this logic to describe this sugar behavior, we are going to use Logic Builder. So let's go to the browser. And first of all, I quickly show you how this module product package looks like. It's currently on the screen. So here we see the product package, and also we see all products that are included in this package. For example, here we have 3 different products. And also I open a quote, and here in quote line item I've added a field product package. So when a new quote line item is added to the quote, any user can select product package from the list. So when everything is set up, like this modules was created and relationship between modules was established, now we want to configure what is going to happen when someone picks up here a product package. And for this, I'm going to Logic Builder, integralcrm.com, and I need to sign in here and load a project where I have some previous saved logics from, for example, previous webcasts. And that's it. So we are in, and basically we can start to work. And very first thing that we need to do is connect, actually not connect, but read sugar metadata here in Logic Builder, so that we will know, we would be able to work with custom modules, custom fields, and stuff like this from sugar instance. For this, in project section, I navigate to update project metadata, and here I need to specify access to sugar. I return to Sugar to copy paste the link, not to type it. So I paste the link, and here I provide login and password for Sugar user to get all metadata from my Sugar instance. So we see that project metadata is already imported and updated. And now we can start to describe our behavior, to describe Sugar behavior in response of some event. Today our event is when product package will be added to the quote line item. So you can see this grid on the screen. It is a workspace where we are going to add different operators which are located in toolbox section. I expand this. So here is the list of all operators, which is some kind of piece of logic, perform some action. For example, comparing something, getting values from fields, getting entities and stuff like this. And combining these different pieces of logic together, we eventually do our task, our challenge. So we need to put very first element, which is usually a trigger. So what event should execute our logic? And today, now we need to define that we are going to work when field product package is changed in quote line item. So when something is changed in record, we are using operator called on data change. So I select it and put into canvas. Let's zoom in a little bit. So here we have a very first element, and now we need to specify some values here because you can see there are two empty fields for now. In first one, we need to specify a module. It is quote line item. So when something changes in quote line items. And in the second row, we need to define when we want our logic to be applied. Before the record will be saved or after it. Let's choose after it. Operators usually have some outputs, some results of its work. For example, here we have 4 different outputs. For example, first one, entity. In this small red circle contains the whole quote line item record with all values in fields, with all relationships of this particular record. In previous values is almost the same, but as you may guess from the name, it's the previous state of the record. For example, we have a quote line item in status draft. Then someone opens this record and changes status from draft to, for example, negotiation. So in entity, we will have the quote line item in status negotiation. In previous values, we will have also quote line item, but with status draft. So how this record, which values and which relations this record has before someone changed it. And the last, not the last, is new. It is it contains true when record is new and false when the record is already existed in system. And change fields contains a list of fields that was changed when this event called to our logic. So we defined our first trigger, and now we need to think whether we are going to work every time when our quote line item will be changed. I believe no, because we need to get products and include them into quote only when product package field is changed. So we have a condition here. And every time when we are talking about condition and when we want to set this condition in our logic, we are using operator branch. So put it here, and branch can divide the flow, the logic on 2 passes or 2 branches, on true and on false way, based on conditions that we define here. So let's define this condition. As I mentioned, we want to work only when field product package is changed in quote line item. The most simple and obvious way to check whether value was changed, it is to compare its previous value with existing one. So that's what we are going to do. When we want to get value in the field, that is what we are going to do now, we are using operator get entity attributes. Put it here, and now it's empty. I cannot select any field because here I need to specify fields of which entity I'm looking for. So I put my quote line item record here, and now here are all fields of quote line item. And we are looking for field product package. Product package, it is a relate field, so it's basically two fields. One is product package name, and the other one is product package ID. And let's choose ID, product package ID. It's not okay, as I believe you see that in the end it is ID. So we have a current value in the field product package, and now we want to compare it with previous one. So for now, again, I'm use get entity attributes because I want to get the value. And here in entity, I will specify the previous state of my quote line item. And I'm going to choose the same field product package ID. And now I must say that these two values should not equal each other. Let's go to our list of all operators. And here we have conditions. So here greater, less than, and here is our A is not equal B. And as A will be our current value and as B will be our previous value. So we have the condition here that the first part of condition, because I think we should add a second one, that we want to check our product package, check what products it have, only in case if product package field is not empty at all. So let's just again put our operator doesn't equal to compare current value of product package with just empty string. So in this way, I will be sure that my logic won't execute when someone, for example, cleans value in product package. And I need to combine these two conditions together, and I'm using operator AND for this. So I have two conditions, and only when two of them are true, I'm going to find my product package and get all products in it. But one more important thing here, you may notice that we have here white triangular ports, and it's a very important ports because they define the order of operators execution. So each logic has some steps, like firstly we do this, second step we do this. So the same idea is here. We need to define the order, what happened first and what happened next. And for this, I'm just linking operators between each other. So this white link is like a spine of our logic, how it works. And for example, here we have the start when something is changed in quote line item. Then we want to check our condition, and condition we already made. So now let's proceed to creating quote line item for each product in product package. And for this, firstly, we need to receive our product package. To, for example, like when you are using sugar, you open some record and look at it and see on some panels what related records it has. In the same idea, we want to retrieve firstly our product package from quote line item. And when we want to get some record or retrieve some record, again in toolbox section, we are going to look for operator retrieve entity. Let's choose it. So this operator allows me to find any record in system by ID. I'm looking for records in product package module, and ID I can get from my quote line item. Actually, we already used it here in conditions. Here I have a product package ID, so I just pick up this value, this ID, and input it here. So as a result, here in this red circle, I will have my product package, which is used in quote line item. And also I do not forget to link operators between each other to define the order of this operator's execution. And also I use true branch because in case if product package wasn't changed or it is empty, I do not have to do something, so I just leave it empty. So we retrieve our product package, and now we want to know what products are in this product package. For this, again, I'm going to use retrieve operator, but for now I'm going to use retrieve related entities, because product package will have, usually it will have several related products. So I say that I want retrieve related to product package by link. Here we have a list of all relationships to defined module, which is product package. And I'm looking for a relationship called package item and link operators between each other. And so as a result, I will have here all package items that are related to my product package. For example, here I have product package Big Mac meal, and here I will have all package items from this meal, like Big Mac, like fries, and like soft drink. So there are several items, for example, 3. And for each of them, I need to create a quote line item from to quote. So I'm going to do repetitive steps for each of these package items. I'm going to create quote line item and include this quote line item into the quote. And when we are talking about some repetitive steps, it means that we are going to do the same steps for each record. It's perfect time to use cycle or loops. So when we want to build a loop, we are going to use operator named for each entity. So it means that it's the start of our loop, which is not built yet, but it will be. So what we need to define here? First of all, here in this red square, square basically means that there are several items here. Before we work with, for example, circle, red circle means that only one record store is here. And when we see a square, it brings us an idea that it's probably several records here. For example, here we will have 3 package items. So I define with which set of items I want to work. I have package items here and define it here. And now in also I connect operators between each other. And here in loop body flow, I'm going to build now all steps that will be repeated for each product item. So first of all, we want to create a quote line item, just quote line item. And when we want to create some record, we are using operator, which is called create entity. Here I define in which module record I want to create is quoted line item and link operators. So we create quote line item, but it is not enough just to create. We want to set values into fields of our new record. And opposite to get entity attributes, there is operator set entity attributes. I put it here. Again, it is empty until I specify the entity. And now I see here all fields of quote line items. But obviously, I do not want to manually set up all of them, just part. For example, when we create quote line item, we obviously want to specify a product. And for this field where I can specify product name and called product template ID. Then I want to get quantity, set quantity. Also, I want price. It's called unit price, and also some required fields like its assigned user to this quote line item and the name of the record. So now I pick up all fields that I want to define. And now I need to put values into these fields. How I'm gonna to do this? Again, I'm using operator get entity attributes to get values from my package item. Because in package item I have product, I have quantity, and I have a price for this product in product package. So I pick up product, package item, because we are working with package items, and start to link values from package item to the quote line item. So I define a product from product catalog. So here I need to specify an ID because it's a relate field. Then I choose quantity and inherit it into the quote line item. Then I have price per item and also set it in quote line item. And also I can get the name of product also here. Let's find it. It's in product catalog field stores name. And finally, I need to set assigned user ID. I can get this assigned user from the quote line item, which calls to this logic. So this is quote line item where will be package product package defined. So let's hide it, zoom out a little bit, and return to the very beginning, because here I have fields from my quote line item, and I want to pick up assigned user ID from this quote line item and inherit it in all other quote line items that will be created by the products from product package. So we create quote line item, we set values for this quote line item, and final step, we need to save this record. Again, we go to the toolbox section, select save entity operator. It's the same way like when you're creating some record, you click on create new record. So for example, like this operator, yes, then you have a set of fields on your form, you define some values, and finally you click on save button. So in the same way, here we save our record. So we created quote line item, but it is not enough, because at least we want that this quote line item will be included in quote. Means that we need to establish relationship between quote and quote line item. When we want to relate two records between each other, we are using operator link entities. So I select this operator link entities, and now here I need to specify two entities which I want to relate, and our object entity will be quote. And for now we haven't got this quote, we have no this quote, so firstly we need to get it. So for this, again, we zoom out and return to the beginning. Let's return at the very beginning. So here we received our quote line item, and now we need to retrieve a parent quote for this line item. For this, again, we will use retrieve entity operator. So I go to the toolbox section, select operator retrieve entity, and put it here. Now it's empty because I need to define, first of all, records in which module I'm looking for. It's module quotes. And here I need to specify ID of my quote. Where can I get it? From quote line item, which executes our logic. So here I looking for quote ID field, where ID of my quote is stored, and input it here. So in this way, we just received a quote, a parent quote for our quote line items. And now I pick up this quote and drag into object entity port here and drop it. So here we have quote in object entity, and in subject entity we are going to input quote line item. And finally we need to specify a relationship between these two models. It's only one, so we just leave it as products. And looks like that's it. Despite that we didn't include this operator into the flow, means if we deploy this solution into the sugar, it won't work in the way as we want, because these two ports, white triangles, are empty, means that this operator is not included in our logic. So firstly we need to include it. For this, let's just break, for example, this part and put our flow here and here. So now this operator is included. When we read our logic, we follow this white line, white link, which called control flow, and now it's in our flow. But one more relation, we need to set one more relation. If you have ever worked with quotes, let me return to sugar for a second. So you may know that here are kind of groups. For example, I may create some other group. For example, name it group 2. Save. So I have two groups in my quotes, and I can create quote line items for each for these groups. And when sales reps adds product package here, we want that all products, set of products on which product package will be decomposed, are added also in this group where parent product package is stored. So for this we need to define in logic builder relationship for these groups. So let's go to the logic builder, and again I need to get the group to which quote line item this product package belongs to. And again, this groups is also some kind of entity, so I'm using operator for now, retrieve related entities. And here in entity I will specify a quote line item where product package is defined. So I pick up quote line item and drop it here in entity. And here in link names I'm looking for relationship which is called product bundles. So product bundles relation it's how quote line, in which group quote line item is related to. And also I remove this link because I need to input this retrieving of product bundles into my flow, and and also proceed my my logic to the further steps. And also I forgot to input operator link entity, so I started to link this product bundle, but for now I don't need it. I click on cancel linking, and now I want to scroll to the end where we link quote to quote line item, and then one more link entities operator, because I want to establish relationship from my newly created quote line item to the product bundle. So now I close this toolbox, zoom out, and return to the product bundles. Here, product bundles. Pick up this product bundle and define it as object entity, and the subject entity, it will be my quote line item with product from the product package. And again, I have the only one relationship here, name link relationship between product bundles and quote line items, so I do not have to choose between other links. So looks like that's it. Let's take a short look at the beginning and check what we have done here. So when quote line items, when something is changed in quote line item record, we can proceed through this white line. So we are going to check something, and what we are checking is that product package field is not empty and it was changed. If these two conditions are true, we are going to retrieve a lot of related entities. For example, we retrieve product package, we retrieve from product package or package items. Let's say in example, so in product package we receive, for example, Big Mac meal, and here in package item we receive all set of products related to the Big Mac meal, which are Big Mac, which are fries and soft drink. And then for each of these products we are going to create quote line item. For example, here we have all three product items, and here in loop body we are working with each separately. For example, first one is Big Mac, so we have product item Big Mac. We create quote line item. In this quote line item we define our product, which is Big Mac. We copy quantity of this product and price for this product from product package, and in quote line item define some required fields, and finally we establish relationship. We include our quote line item in quote, and also we include our quote line item in a particular group from quote. And when we're done with, for example, Big Mac, the flow will go here again on this operator to work with second item, for example, fries, and again it will create a quote line item, set fields, establish relationship, and so on. And when the last item will be processed here, the flow will go to the completed port. For example, if we have to do some steps, for example, send email or so on, we are going to proceed here. But for now we leave it empty, because today we are going just to add quote line items based on product package. So as our logic is done, so firstly let's save it for future usage. In flowchart section, I navigate to save flowchart, and flowchart, it is this visual presentation which performs some task, and I give it a name, for example, product package. Let's leave it product package and save this flowchart, and when and if I want to change something, I can navigate to logic builder and perform some changes. But this visual description of logic, we can't just set up in this way in Sugar, so we need to convert this visual description in the code which will be understandable by Sugar. For this, in Generate Sugar Package, we click on button Generate, and we have a package here which we can deploy in Sugar. For this, we are going to admin section. And now we are going to model loader and download this package like any other package with upgrades, with some customizations into Sugar. So just input it here, upload, install, and commit. So now my package is deploying into Sugar. This visual presentation, which we have just built, were converted into code, and this code we have just deployed. And actually now we can see it how it works in live, or at least on this webinar. So let's go to the quotes. I have one open here. Let's close this. So this is quote without quote line items yet. Let's add first. So I go to the quote line items and pick up a product package. For example, I want to choose this one. And also line item is required field, so I just create some product called meal just to include it in quote line item and save. So for now we do not see anything because we need to refresh the page to redraw our form so that we will see all products. I hope we will see. Yep, we see that I didn't add manually these products here in this quote line, but it is set of products from which product package consists of. So, for example, it's a cheeseburger, and there are two in this product package. So the prices are also get it not from product catalog but from product package. For example, we have a soft drink which is here as 0, but we have if we open in the separate tab, we can take a look that this soft drink actually has a price. So if we add this product just like usual quote line item, it will have this price. And also, as you may see, all these products are in the same group as the parent product package. For example, if I go to the second group, for example, I add a quote line item here as well and define other product package. Also, I pick up from product catalog meal and save. Again, we need, as you may see, the price is changed. It's because products were added, but in order to see it on the form, we need to refresh the page. And as you may see, all set of products from the second product package are included in this group. So that is why we created the second relation between quote line item and product bundle. So actually it works, as you may see. Let me return to my presentation. So as you may see, using only configuration tools, Studio and Model Builder to create models, to set relationships between models, and Logic Builder to describe how Sugar will behave in response of event. So in our case, it was when sales rep add product package to the quote. We can configure, we can address different business challenges. I hope that this configuration practice we discussed today brings you an idea regarding addressing the business challenge you face. And also, we offer a trial for Logic Builder, so if you are interested in it, you are welcome to try it. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer, so please do not hesitate to contact me in any way. For now, I do not see any active questions, so thank you so much for watching. Have a good day and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.